everyone. My name is Anna. I'm about to read an anthology of poems that I've done for a sleep outreach project for one of my classes. Um, they all consist of important information about sleep. So here we go. The first one is called The Palace of Sleep. Welcome to the Palace of Sleep. You come home after a long day of wakefulness. You enter on the first floor of the Palace of Sleep. Shallow and light, a nice transitory period before ascending. Here you experience mini dreams, rather boring in nature. After some time you ascend the stairs, the second floor. This stage of the tour will be the longest. Experience the special events, K-complexes and sleep spindles, sudden, short-lived bursts of activity. It is now time to continue the journey, reaching floors 3 and 4. Here the waves of your mind slowly oscillate, gradually rising and falling, crashing on the beaches of slumber. On these floors are the facts of yesterday, consolidating into the sea of long-term memory. Finally, the climax of this tour. REM is the top floor. Your body becomes paralyzed, but your eyes flutter like a kite in the wind, mind racing like a wild cat on the savannah. The frontal regions of the mind in a lull, centers of memory, movement, and emotion come to life. REM. This is the floor of dreams. Hallucinogenic sleep, seeing things that are not there, believing things that cannot be real, disoriented and irrational. This is the palace of sleep, ascending the floors throughout the night until the cycle begins again. This next poem is called Consolidation. Remember the facts, rehearse all day, who, what, when, where. Remember every detail. What more can I do? Sleep? Yes, I will sleep. Deep, deep sleep. I descend the theater, going from stage 1, stage 2. Ah, yes, I have arrived at the depths of the Colosseum of sleep. Stage 3 and 4, just where I need to be. On the stage, I watched the rehearsal of the grand play. I experienced it all once again, cementing it into the mind. The stage was set to France, 1799. Napoleon the Conqueror triumphed as he staged a coup d'etat. Alas, the play is over and I have awakened. Have I forgotten the facts of yesterday? No, certainly not. I remember the play clearly. Napoleon in 1799 staged a coup in France. Oh, how I thank you, deep, deep sleep. The next one is called Creative Slumber for lack of a better name. Sleep, a creative slumber, the magic key opening the door to the realm of the imagination. Within a dream, the answers may come, epiphany and creativity. It's there, at the tip of the tongue, flustered and pondering, the solution has yet to come. Eyelids begin to droop, head falling, dozing off, leaving the state of wake, riding on the waves of sleep. Time goes by, again you reappear on the shores of wakefulness. After the night's siesta cruise, you awaken with insight, brilliance, a new perspective, inspired by sleep. This next poem is an ode to R. Kelly. Sippin' on coke and rum, I'm like so what I'm drunk, it's a freaking weekend, baby, I'm about to have me some fun. Wise words from R. Kelly, but now they must come to an end. The night was a blur, you said goodnight with a slur, and stumble off into bed. Off the lights go, set the music down low, you hit the pillow with your sweet little head. Now I'm sure you felt like you slept like a rock, unawakened by the loudest of knock. But please, do not be fooled, good sir, your sleep cocktail was not properly stirred. In the wee hours of night, not a dream was in sight, and why, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you real fast. All those drinks were real fun, but when sleep came about, the stage of REM was surely pushed out. Early REM lost was surely profound, before you awoke, it made its rebound. This next poem is called The Sleepless Driver. Shorted sleep, driving down the street, begin to doze, I start to close. Sleepy and tired, you bump up the music, you think you'll stay wired. Those tricks are no use, your driving is loose, you look like a drunk, swerving off the road with a thunk. Micro-sleep is the phrase for a man in a daze, crashing his car in a sleepless funk. Now I know sleep is the best, but please, do not nap and drive. Pull over, get some rest, stay awake, stay alive. Oh, my bad. So the next poem is called Regulating. Sleepless nights, no dreams in sight, morning arrives, still haven't closed those eyes, feeling real bad, one moment you're mad, the next you're glad, and then you're sad. In a mood, a small setback, and you begin to brood. The negative may be mild, it may be large, either way, emotions take charge. Getting grumpy when the road gets bumpy, lack of sleep takes its toll, say goodbye to top-down emotion control. This next one is called Interpretation. What a strange dream you had last night. That monstrous hose sure gave you a fright. But what does this mean, you may ask? Perhaps the dream was simply a mask. According to Freud, with all that coke up his nose, your fear of a penis was really disguised as the hose. This next poem is called Lucidity. Dreaming, a sleeping psychosis, hallucinogenic hodgepodge, a ludicrous narrative, a bizarre medley, visions of the non-existent, memories of the past, motion, feelings, discontinuity. Exit this waking life, enter the wonderland. Lucidity, walking in a dream, waking in a dream, consciousness in the strange void of sleep. Lucid experts take it one step further, gaining control, taking back the lost volition, mastering the dream. They can communicate, giving a signal of lucidity, a flick of the eye to the left, moving left arm, a flick to the right, moving right arm, living a waking life within a dream. This next poem is called The Nation Suffers, or Suffering Nation. The nation suffers sleep deprivation. We see it this way. Sleep is laziness, unproductive, losing money. The alarm sounds, another day, another dollar. What is happening to us? I'll tell you. We sacrifice those blissful hours of sleep, and for what? That extra hour of work that just can't wait to be done. The years go by and the nation loses. More and more sleep. But there is a price to pay. Diabetes and obesity plague the nation. Decades have passed, sleep has been lost, weight has been gained. So go ahead, sleep one less hour. You'll be one among the many. But consider the consequences. 50 years down the line, congratulations, you only sleep 4 hours a night. But be forewarned, your health is in flight. Diabetes, obesity, stroke, heart attack, was that extra hour really worth it? So this next poem is about sleep and health, the importance of sleep and health. It's called The Battle. The body is a war zone, plagued with flus, colds, and noro. Your only chance to winning the war is immunity. Natural killers release their weapons to defeat the intruders. Lose the war and it won't be pretty. Wet noses, cold sweats, vomiting, do not lose the battle. But how do you win? How do you support your troops? How do you strengthen your army of immunity? The magic elixir of sleep is the key to fuel the warriors of the body and win the treacherous war against the foreign invasion of the cold, noro, and flu. Without the elixir of sleep, all hope will be lost. The natural killers will lose their will to fight. The body will succumb. Illness will plague you. This next one is about the curse of insomnia. Sleep can be lovely, sleep can be kind, sleep can be pleasant, sleep can be divine. But sadly, not all of us enjoy this beauty. For some, sleep does not come easy. Sometimes it's hard to get started, sometimes it's hard to continue. The curse of insomnia. You may be determined, you may try as hard as you can, but that blissful state just does not come. Sleepless and distressed, impairment to your day. Insomnia. It may stand alone, unexclusive to other disablements, appearing without the help of booze or drugs. Here's what folks say. Hard to fall asleep, waking in the night. Can't return to bed, unrestored, unrefreshed, waking before light. For some, the bed is a trap. Stress, emotions, endless thought, flooding the mind as soon as sleep comes time. Acute. A few nights, a few weeks, a trigger to the problem. Hope for remittance. Chronic. Persistent and prolonged, few days, a week, for a month at least. Celebrities, patients, the average Joe, 30 million cursed. Opportunity is there, but the ability is not. Seeking a cure. Medications. Hypnotics, benzos and alike, but be wary, there are consequences. The alternatives, efficacious and non-toxic. Sleep restriction, building sleep pressure, relaxation, calm the mind, CBT, create a new framework. Sleep hygiene, find a means to an end, eliminate the prolongation and exacerbation of this perturbation. And finally, we will end with some sleepy time tips. Sleep is a glorious thing. Everyone loves it for the joy that it brings. At the end of the day, consider these tips before hitting the hay. Lay off the coffee and tea before bed. Be forewarned, it is a bad idea. You won't be able to rest that big old fat head. Go back to your room, dim the lights, set the music low, forget all the stress, forget all the gloom, and off to sleep you may go. If you are stressed, keep your eyes off the clock. You'll be more of a mess as it continues to tick and to talk. Come up with a plan, take to a book, close the gadgets on the nightstand, they are the mind's sleepless hook. If you really can't sleep, turn the temp down a bit low, go take a walk, have a talk, and go with the flow. And that was my anthology of poems / narratives. Hopefully they weren't too terrible. All right, thanks.